Adventure today. We are going down to Pottstown. We are picking up 2 tables for 20 bucks. I have rope and bungee cords to put them on the top of my car if they don't fit inside the Jeep, because I don't think they're going to fit inside the Jeep with Karina's car seat and stuff. So yeah, we're going to put them hopefully on top of the car. And I really hope that they fit someplace, because I don't want to drive 45 minutes to find out
Turn right.
That thing fits. So, and so today should be a lot of fun because I'm going on an adventure with my daughter, and I like adventures in the car. I like driving places and doing things. So, I mean, unlike James doesn't like to go anywhere or do anything like this. Like, we went to, like, our ideas of fun are really, really different. Like, we went to a car dealership while I was pregnant. I thought it was one of the best times while I was pregnant, because we were going to this car dealership together to look at this car, and, you know, it was like an hour trip away. We had to drive
straight.
An hour in the car. We had to drive an hour back from the car. Like, when I was a kid, my father used to drive us places. We'd go here and there. We'd go from Wilkes-Barre to Scranton. And, you know, I'm from Scranton originally, and then we moved to Edwardsville, and then, so we'd go from, he owned a house in Scranton, so we were always in Scranton, and my family's from Scranton, so we would always be in Scranton, and we'd go from Scranton to New York, and back to Scranton, and back to Wilkes-Barre, like, so we were always driving. You hear her, she's saying, dad, 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 in the backseat. Awesome little girl.
In a quarter mile, turn left.
We were always driving, and that was a lot of fun. I really want my daughter to have, you know, our windows are picture frames, you know, they're painted frames that drive us, like, we go everywhere and we get to see different scenery, and it's awesome. Like, I tell James, enjoy the scenery, and he has no idea what I'm talking about. He's like, what are you talking about? Enjoy the
turn
scenery.
left.
And, like, the trees, the clouds, the sky, like, that's how I was raised. I was raised traveling in a car a lot, you know? And with my mother, we'd walk a lot, because she didn't have a license until I was 8. And, like, so, yeah, we spent a lot of time, you know, working and traveling, and, like, we'd work to earn points towards trips. So we were cleaning out the basement, we were cleaning off furniture, we were cleaning, and we were cleaning, and we were cleaning, and we were moving, and we were moving things, like, all the time. We'd move boulders from the basement. They were tiny, but back then we were small, so they were big. And, like, you know, so yeah, we spent a lot of our time moving things and working to earn things. And James has no idea what I'm talking about when I talk about these types of things.
Continue straight.
He's like, your childhood must have sucked and whatever. It's like, no, actually it didn't. It wasn't filled with television shows and video games like his, but I mean, not everyone's childhood is filled with television and video games. I don't see how that's, you're stagnant, you're watching someone else live their lives instead of living your own life. I still don't like TV, still don't really like movies, because of how much time they absorb from you. It's really hard to sit for that long. It's really hard to pay attention to the characters on the screen and what they're doing a lot of the times. Like, it's hard. It's really, really hard to sit there. And for women, when they sit down, they're thinking about all the stuff that they have to do. For men, when they sit down, though, they're building their testosterone, and they don't have to move anywhere. So they get the TVs, and they get the screens, all the screens in the computer boxes, like the towers and stuff. Like, they get that. And men built those for other men, and that's great. And some women enjoy it too, and that's wonderful. But I mean, I don't know, I wasn't raised that way, and even my father was a busybody outside the house. He was like, oh great, so your mother was a busybody inside the house, and your father was a busybody outside the house. And it's like, well, yeah, that's kind of the way it's supposed to be, you know? You know, men take you treasure hunting, and women cook and bake inside the kitchen. My mother was always baking and cooking. My brother Jimmy would bake with her, and, you know, that was awesome. And my dad would actually take me treasure hunting, so I guess it was like the opposite way around. And, like, we'd go shooting guns, like, with Jimmy and I would go shooting guns with my dad. My dad's name is Mike. And, like, so it was a lot of fun. It was, like, we were always outside the house exploring something, doing something, because that's what life is, you know? It's discovering new things that you may or may not be good at. I suck at shooting a gun. I always have. I've been able to hit targets every once in a while, but my eyesight is bad. I think my eyesight is bad because I was down a lot as a little kid. One of the reasons why I didn't want my daughter down at all. because I wanted her to be able to visually see things and have to focus on different things other than this is a wall in front of you. Like, you know, I want her to be like, oh, here's balls and here's blocks and here's toys. Like, you know, that she had to focus on when she was little. We'd play games with different, when she was little, I lost her block. I showed the block on the screen a bunch of times. It has the black and white circle and the blue elephant and the brown monkey, like, you know, so we'd play with that a lot. And that was a lot of fun. So, like, I just wanted her always exploring new things with her mind and her eyes, and that's why we did Your Baby Can Read from 2 months on, and, you know, I just wanted her learning and exploring. I really, really did. And I really, really want her to have the captivation of adventures. Like, I've never not trusted people until a few years ago, because I got trapped in a house for 7.5 hours. I wasn't allowed to leave, and it was the first time I was like, oh my god, someone could actually do this to me in my adult life. Like, this is not okay. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I'm doing. Like ever since then, I've been really, really cautious. Like, really, really cautious. So, like, I have mace on me today. I always have mace on me, and yeah, if you come up to me and approach me, and I might spray you with mace if I get afraid of you. Like, you know, like, I'm sorry. I'm damaged a little bit, so, you know, it's no big deal, though. But, this is Sumneytown Pike. I don't know why I'm not going down this one. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, I never knew that someone could actually, like, someone who, I don't know, you can't really trust drug addicts. So this guy was a drug addict, and he's absolutely crazy and out of his mind, and I just didn't realize it until it was way too late, you know, because he was like, oh, nice, and whatever, and the mother was like, oh, it was actually James's brother, Steven, and Renee is a complete total drug addict herself, so I don't know why I trusted her either. Like, crazy people, craziness, I don't know, craziness. But yeah, I still have some PTSD from that situation. Like, it's really bad because, like, I get panicky and stuff. Like, but I mean, it's just, I think I was just never cautious before, and I think it made me more aware of my surroundings and what I'm doing, what I'm personally doing, because, like, I got trapped in that room. I'm not allowed to leave. Like, he threatened to burn me on fire and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, like, it was really, really bad, and I've never been afraid of other people in my adult life before. I used to work at night. I worked at night, you know, working at UPS. I got rides from Manon. I didn't know Manon at first, you know, I was just like, oh, he's a nice guy, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, I trusted everyone and everything. I'd leave my car at night, walk to my door, go inside, no big deal. I lived in Philly, like, you know, because after Manon stopped giving me rides, I had my own little beater car that I crashed into a mountain, and I stayed in a hospital by myself overnight. Like, you know, no big deal. Never thought a second thing about it. And I don't know what happens. Like, something clicked a couple of years ago. It was 4 years ago, and it's still an issue today. It's still a problem in my head today. Like, it's an issue. It's a problem for me. And I did go to counseling. I did go to therapy, and I went through that. And, you know, and I'm in counseling again. I'm in therapy again because, you know, I have a daughter, and I have a partner who's not really supportive or anything else like that. So I'm just like, I need an outlet for someone to talk to. You know, I just need someone to be able to be like, this is my life and this is what I'm doing. And every woman needs that, though. You need someone that you could trust, that can't say anything to anyone, where you can just go and be like, this is what I'm going through. How are you doing today? Like, you know, like, James calls me like twice a day because he's bored at work and he wants someone to talk to and he needs an outlet, and that's absolutely fine most of the time. But sometimes it gets me like, you know, why are you calling me again? Because I am busy. Don't you see that I'm busy? I even answered the phone one day, and I'm like, don't you know that I'm busy at this house? Like, what do you need? What do you need from me today? Because I don't have the patience and I don't have the time. You know? And he was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I am changing Karina's diaper, and every time you call, she starts screaming because I cannot hold her and change her diaper while I'm on the phone with you, and you don't care that she's screaming in the background. You don't seem to care that I'm holding this phone up to my ear and that I am kind of bumping my daughter in the head with it, which is really the part that panics me because I don't want to be bumping her in the head with anything. So a lot of times, like, I don't have the phone up to my ear when I have her. I have earbuds in, but then she will pull the earbuds out. So it's like, can't be on the phone while I'm changing her. I really can't. It's really, really hard. And, like, everyone's smiling. But, like, you could even ask them, like, he's like, oh, I'm the only person. I'm like, you're the only person I stay on the phone with. Because everyone else, all my girlfriends, even my mother, I'm just like, I gotta go. You know? And they're like, oh, okay, I'll talk to you soon. I'm like, click. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. You know, like, see you later. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't get his deal. Like, he says that he can't hear her in the background. I'm like, how can you not hear her, though? And, because Allison's on the phone. I'm like, I gotta go. And I'm like, can you hear her in the background? And she's like, yeah, I could hear her in the background. Of course I could hear her. I'm like, James says that he can't hear her. She's like, that's bullshit. I'm like, yeah, I thought so. I really did. I wasn't sure because I'm not going to be like, you're a liar. Yes, you can hear her. You can hear her crying, but you're ignoring her. You know, and just being like, you just want to talk about what you're doing, you know? And so, yeah, anyway, I don't know, dude. It's just the way that it is. But, yeah, I'm going down to meet this person. I'm actually kind of nervous about it, so I do have mace and stuff like that. But I don't think that this guy's going to do anything, though, because he sounds nice. He has the tables waiting outside for me. I have my daughter with me. I don't think that anything's going to go wrong or bad or anything like that. And I'm meeting him during the day. Yeah, I'm meeting him at his house, but, I mean, I'm meeting him during the day, and things like that I don't think happen during the day. This happened to me at night. It was 2 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock in the morning. Like, oh my god. Maybe it was 2:30 in the morning to like 9 something in the morning. And I got to the police station at like 10 a.m. And no, that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I don't know. All I know is I never want to get myself in that type of situation ever again with anyone ever again. And, you know, like, James is scary sometimes, but I know him, and his scary isn't, like, it isn't anything that's over the top. Like, he threatens a lot of things and he yells, but, I mean, that's about it. Like, his scary isn't over the top. What's that noise? Karina's asleep in the background. There's my angel. I love her so much. Her hands are still moving. But she's asleep. She's an awesome baby. Yeah, James is scary sometimes, but he's not that bad. Like, I think other men could be a lot worse than what he is, so. I don't know. And James is lazy, but he does work outside the house. I think other men could be a lot worse than what he is. Like, so I don't know. I don't think I have it that bad. In all reality, in all honesty, I don't think I do, because this is my life. This is what it is. It can't be that bad, right? I mean, I'm up every day. I'm breathing. I have a roof over my head. I have food in my mouth. I work really, really hard to have all the things that we need. Like, James works really, really hard to have all the things that we need, to have all the bills paid. Like, so I mean, our lives really, they're not bad. They're really not bad at all. They could be so much worse. We could be homeless. We could be living out of a hotel. We could have, you know, extended family in our lives, which would be crazy, because our extended family is not the type of extended family you want in your lives. Like, I have some good here and there in my extended family, and James, no one that I know of, but he probably does too. But I mean, I think his good extended family died, from what I hear. You know, that's what he keeps telling me. So, like, his grandmother raised him, and his grandmother and grandfather are more like his mom and his dad. That's what he always says. He's like, oh yeah, no, I kind of lost my mom and dad because my grandma and my grandpa, they were my mom and dad, you know? And I didn't have that experience growing up because my grandparents weren't involved in my life. So, and I think that's kind of weird that his grandparents were so overly involved in his life, like overly involved. The grandmother was there cooking and cleaning and taking care of the kids and helping with homework. I mean, that's the mom's job. Reading them stories, that's the mom and dad's job. That's not the grandma's job. You know, the mom and dad, though, they were like, oh, like Renee used to tell me, oh, I think I set up a good example for James because I used to work outside the house and stuff, and then she got into this car accident, and then she couldn't work outside the house anymore. So instead of, you know, picking up from where she left off with her kids and being a good mom to them, you know, or being not even a good mom, just being there for them, you know. It was kind of too late because James was 15 at the time, like, you know, it was kind of just too late, and the grandpa was raising, like, I don't know what happened, but I mean, I never want that type of life for my kids either. Like, in my situation, my father and mother weren't really a good match, just like James and I kind of aren't a good match, and I didn't really realize it until recently, because we're fighting a lot now and stuff. But I mean, like, my mother and father really weren't a good match at all. What is this person doing on a straightaway? Why are they stopped here? Oh, maybe this is their house. But yeah, like, they weren't a good match at all. They'd fight a lot. I remember when I was a kid, they would fight over like the dumbest things all the time, kind of like James and I guess. But now I'm kind of like, last night I'm like, I'm going to bed, I am not fighting with you, it takes two people to fight, and I'm not doing this anymore. You know, because, like, he'll sit there and he'll talk at me, and I try and have a conversation with him, but he doesn't like my response, so he wants me to change my response to what his response would be, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, he says that his coworkers, like, he had it worse than all of his coworkers, and maybe he did. I don't know. I don't know his coworkers' personal lives. I don't live with his coworkers every day. I'm not inside the coworker's head every day. I don't know what the coworkers would see as a tragedy, you know? So, just like James, he sees some things as a tragedy that I'm like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure you'll find a parking spot next time. You can walk, you're good. You need the exercise anyway, whatever. And, so, like, we even have different, like, everyone has a different viewpoint. I think he has to kind of accept that a little bit more. Like, everyone has a different viewpoint. Not everyone's just gonna be like, oh, yeah, James, you're right. Like, he wants me to be like, and he's like, you're so PC about everything, and, you know, you just say PC things, and you just repeat what you read in magazines. I don't know when the last time you guys saw me read a magazine was, but I don't read magazines, unless maybe I'm at the checkout line, and I'm looking at who's in the checkout line. But I mean, I don't even think that counts as reading a magazine. I don't own magazines, I don't read magazines, I don't like magazines. My sister got magazines when we were a kid, and I gave them all to Chrissy because she was really into magazines, but it's for the hair and the fashion. So, like, because she was going to be a beautician, but her mom didn't want her to be a beautician, so she went into other things instead, and she really should have just followed her dreams. And she's been doing hair and makeup since we were little, and she would have been awesome in that field, you know. But I mean, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. But anyway, I am taking a beautiful ride. The trees are absolutely beautiful. The sunset, the sky is absolutely beautiful. It's noontime, 1 o'clock-ish, and 2 o'clock-ish, I guess. And, yeah, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day outside. So, I'm gonna go and enjoy my scenery. It's been 18 minutes, and I'm just rambling about nothing because I'm driving and my little girl's sleeping. So, alright, that's it for my